Why do people collect? Stocks, NFTs, and the recent success of people selling things like old Pokemon cards for a bigger profit than they bought them for originally could lead one to believe that people collect as an investment or for further profit down the line. But that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just because it's what they like to do.
I got my 3D printer maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I got it just because it looked cool. And like I looked at a lot of 3D prints online, and they were all fun. And just like being able to make random stuff was fun.
Henry Rome, a student here at UNT, is a bit of a collector himself and actually has an item in his collection that helps him add to his collection. His 3D printer not only prints off anything he can imagine, but stuff for more practical use as well. He makes things like these that hold his creations and fuel his ability to collect even more. Henry's stuff holds up really well, and when I asked why he doesn't sell creations of his own, he said it simply comes down to two things. One, I care more about my functional prints, and there's already tons of shells and organizers being sold for super cheap. The other thing is, I'm lazy.
I like making my own things, and I was also really into prop making, like for like cosplays and also like short films and stuff. So I thought that would kind of help out as like an extra little asset and tool.
Henry's roommate, Emmanuel, seemed to share the same sentiments as him.
It's purely for aesthetics, for me at least. Yeah, anything that looks cool, I'm always willing to just grab. I don't have any real plans for the Gundams as far as like selling or anything goes like that. Yeah, I mostly just collect them for fun. I think the biggest part of it for me is like actually building them. That's where I find most of my enjoyment.
Vintage cards, TV shows, anime and manga, all the way to old socks in a paper bag. People will collect and make anything so long as it has value to them. The resale value of these old or vintage items can range anywhere between the disappointment of selling something back to GameStop for 50 cents on the dollar, all the way to Logan Paul's Pokemon card that's worth approximately $6 million. With the price discrepancy that large, I had to know the reason behind it, so I went to an expert to find out.
I really enjoy the fact that I can have a complete collection of something. So there's a value, even if it's not being directly sold or profit is being made, to having all of something you care about. And that driving force, I feel like, is the underlying cause for why things increase in value, more so than anyone trying to make a quick buck. Comics are a little bit weirder. I feel like oftentimes you will have people who are like, I'm here to make money on this comic. But for every one of those, you'll have 5 to 10 people who are like, I love Old Man Logan, I want everything Old Man Logan, and movie or not, I'm just gonna have it because it means a lot to me emotionally. For the most part, I find that a lot of collectors aren't actually in it for making money. There's an inherent value to seeing something you cherish from your childhood, or even just something you care about, go up in value. So like, me personally, I own the first appearance of Spider-Gwen, and that skyrocketed in price, and I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. And I remember my roommate's like, okay, so you're gonna sell that, pay rent for a couple months? And I'm like, I'm never selling it. I'm never living without it. It is phenomenal. And I think that there's a dichotomy between like some people are in it like trying to make a quick buck, but there's also a lot of people who are just wanting to see the things they enjoy increase in value.
Everyone is different, and the same can be said for collectors. They all collect what they do, for a different reason than the next. However, they do seem to share a common trait, and that's that to a true collector, money is no object. I'm Nick Ogele with NT Daily.